Hey, welcome back to FitTalks. I'm Craig Cushman. We're going to spend some time today talking about the ever-present, evergreen concept of leadership. There's so many books and white papers and speakers on the concept of leadership. And yet, there are so many bad leaders in the world. So one of the big challenges is that the right people don't read the right books. I know a lot of people who will say, I'm not really inspired by my boss. My boss, I wish he would read or she would read X book, or I wish they knew this concept, this general concept. What the proof of that is that a lot of people are given leadership roles. Some people aspire to leadership roles, but true leaders earn leadership roles. True leaders are self-evolving, self-learning machines. And there's a process, a mindset of doing what you love in the service of people who love what you do. I picked up that concept from a good friend of mine, Steve Farber, who's the author of several books I love, The Radical Leap, The Radical Edge, this book right here, which is called Greater Than Yourself, and Love is Damn Good Business. Now, I reference him because I think the content that is shared there is more from the heart. And what I have found is that leadership has traditionally been in the head. And, we have, there's an idea that goes back to economics and Milton Friedman, and that the purpose of an organization is to create maximum profits for the shareholders. And that is still fundamentally present in life. And there's nothing wrong with driving toward profits as a business or driving toward profits as an individual. But it's companies that are people first now. People first is the future. Impact and effect of purpose and helping people step up into a greater version of themselves has far more attraction for shareholders today than ever before. And we are in a transition period, I think, as a society. So what I wanted to kind of talk through about leadership is really like what it is and what it isn't. And maybe some practical ideas and practical thinking. I'm not pretending I have the answer to all of leadership. I don't. I do develop myself consistently. I do recommend that everybody do that. I constantly have a book going. I know that I don't know what I don't know, and I want to go find that. But what I'm absolutely inspired by is to be the best that I can and give it away. People who are in management mode with a leadership title often try to hold their information to themselves and give themselves some sort of edge, some sort of superiority. That's fundamentally flawed and completely wrong in the way that we do what we do. What is best is to constantly gather information as a learner, and then as a leader, share that information to raise people up. Kennedy was the one that famously said that a rising tide rises all ships. And so our ability to consume information and consume ideas and then actively distill them into simplicity and inspire people to take action, that's actually what true leadership is. When the wrong people are reading books with the wrong construction of their character, then what you end up having is chameleon with the latest craze. And people on a team can have leadership whiplash with the change of ideas. That's not good either. That happens all the time, and it's a systemic problem in corporate America. One of the reasons that network marketing has a place in people's choices is because it's the opposite of that. Everybody can come in, and it's a democracy. It's a freedom to step yourself up to the next level. And if you expand yourself, if you give of yourself and replicate yourself over and over again, you start to build the kind of empire that can be a life changer. And that, I think, fundamentally is the true spirit of leadership. It's doing the best that you can and then sharing it to try to actually create equanimity with teams and people. So that's, to me, the best leaders. The best leaders are creators of leadership. They're leaders of leaders, they're trainers of leaders, but it all starts with how they lead themselves. You cannot give what you don't have. So I have spent, personally, my entire life being in a state of humility in learning. I can learn something from every single person all the time. I seek it, I crave it, and it gives me the opportunity to then take it and put my authentic understanding and language and stories around it and link it to my life experience. And then it becomes a place of meaning. What I've noticed through my career is that there is a big difference between a boss and a leader. And statistically speaking, 35% of people, as I said, are uninspired by their boss. So what's happening to the other 65%? What that means is 65% are walking dead. They are zombies in an office. They feel unappreciated. And people don't leave companies, they leave people. They leave uninspired people. They leave unappreciative people. And it really is a human nature business. Business is human nature. It is appreciating people. The deepest psychological need that human beings have is to be appreciated. So if you want to be a great leader, start with that. Be kind, be considerate, be compassionate. Don't be caught up in yourself, and be seeking to know the people on your team, seeking to know the people around you. That's what leadership is to figure out those people, speak to them in their language, understand them at their level, know their dreams, and figure out how to help them. Leadership is custom tailored. It's not one size fits all, and it's always dynamic. So to be a great leader, you literally have to take the position of a coach. So there's a difference between boss and leader, and I'll share some differences between them. A boss demands, a leader coaches. A boss commands, command and control, do this, but a leader asks. They ask the leading questions, and they set the vision, and they set the intention, and they set the energy for it. You can demand people and command people, and you'll get some things done. Or you can invite people and allow them their own creative ways to get there. There are many, many ways to get to resolution and to get to the solution. A boss relies on authority, and a leader relies on goodwill. So it's interesting because when you have a title of leadership, and I've migrated through this landmine myself in my earlier leadership years, when I had positions. I think I was between my ego and my spirit. I sometimes was like, I've got the leadership position, so you have to do what I say, as opposed to building a camaraderie and a common vision. And I had forgotten the things from my youth in sports, where as a team and as a leader on that team, you can't make people decide they're going to play with their heart. You can only lead them to that. And you get greater results when people are playing for the name on the front of their shirt versus the name on the back of their shirt. When you can be a leader that can corral people into the vision and mobilize them to take action and to be excited and to be committed, they feel that they're part of a community of meaning. You are setting the tone for that community of meaning, and that is in fact the magic of leadership. So continuing on this list of the differentiations between a boss and a leader. A boss generates fear, and you see it all around. People, they operate from a fear-based, if you don't do this, then that. But a leader operates with genuine enthusiasm. Again, people can self-select in and out of any kind of an organization. Or you might find people that are selecting themselves to not perform, and you have to invite them out. That's a part of leadership. But operating and driving your team from a place of fear is low level, low energy, and it is destined for chaos, and it's destined for not achieving what you're trying to do. Generating enthusiasm, that's what people are seeking. People are looking for energy. They want to tag to good energy. They want to accomplish things together, and everyone takes pride in that. Nobody really loves being pushed into a result and reluctantly. It's just a fact of the matter. And the more you push, the harder people will push back. There is a form of resistance, like a spring. You have drivers and restrainers in your business. The drivers might be the goals and everything else, but the restrainers are about trust and and love and appreciation. If you don't address those, then they will stop themselves, and you can drive as hard as you want and you'll be up against a wall. But if you can release the restrainers and you can encourage the drivers, your business will continue to move along in a very healthy, successful pace. Whether you're a business of one or a business of thousands, it doesn't matter. The results are the same, because we're talking about humans, and humans are fundamentally all driven the exact same way. And like I said, according to Maslow anyway, the deepest psychological need that we have is appreciation. So it's a fundamental truth to just go to that and just appreciate people for who they are, where they are, and recognize that leadership is a custom-tailored one-to-one person, and you need to seek that. You can have a general overview, but you need to work with people where they are. A boss says I, but a leader says we. A boss uses people, but a leader motivates people. A boss takes credit, and many of you know and have been around people who take your idea and then take it as their own and neglect to give you credit in the process. Biggest mistake you could ever do. It is a withdrawal of trust when you don't acknowledge people for their contribution into your state of mind, into your state of thinking. If you're a leader, then if you make sure that everybody who contributes to your thinking is acknowledged and appreciated for that, you're doing more than 95% of leaders. So many people are so insecure and short thinking, and they're looking for ideas and so that they can impress their boss. So if you have a culture of fear, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to be stealing from each other to get up the mountain. And that's traditional business. Everybody fighting each other silently, Machiavellianly, sticking knives in each other to try to move themselves up. That is a sick environment. It's just an unhealthy environment. But when you have an environment of collaboration, you can see the health of that. And that's truly what people are looking for. They're not looking for the old way. They're looking for the new way. So you need to be an emissary, an ambassador of the new way, and be the person that gives credit. Don't take credit. Give credit. Greatest leaders in the world are the people that just gather people and give credit and watch the growth happen. This is why direct sales has a place in people's heart, because it is the opposite of traditional business. In traditional business, you have one person trying to fight to the top to be the CEO. In network marketing, you're the CEO, but you become bigger because you raise other people up, and that's the difference. So boss down, leader up, okay? Like, be a boss, no problem, but boss the boss stuff down and lead the leader stuff up in you. Skill up in that. Be a great communicator. Operate from a place of love and appreciation. It is, love is a soft statement. We all know what it means. It has multiple, ideas in our head. But love in business usually is shown as respect. If you fundamentally respect another human in your world and you're trying to raise them up, then you will literally be the kind of leader that people will want to follow. Sometimes I say, follow into hell with a squirt gun, because life is difficult, business is difficult, and there are moments in time where you need people to rally on your behalf. And if you earn the right and you make the emotional deposits into their soul, they will go the distance with you. And you want the best people around you for life. You want people to love you. You want people to love your brand. And it's experienced from the inside out. Just like you as a human being develop yourself from the inside out, businesses develop their brand from the inside out. The sooner a brand figures that out, the sooner they become a great brand. So again, continuing in this process, a boss blames others where a leader takes responsibility. A boss knows how it's done. A leader shows how it's done, right? So a leader knows the way but shows the way, and giving people the chance to find themselves. Boss says go, and a leader says let's go. So you have an opportunity to pivot and shift the balance of this. And that's the difference between bossing and leading. And I think that at the end of the day, the The tyranny of micromanagement has been the destruction of so many brands and so many leaders in so many ways. I think it's the impact on teams. If you're a tyrannical micromanager, you're a failure as a leader. Get it through your head. I'm telling you straight up. You're a failure as a leader. If you want to be a great leader, do not be a micromanager. Be a free to be however you need to figure out to get to the result, because there's 1,000 ways to get to the same result. And if you provide the goal and the timeline and the vision and allow people to be themselves and create that, you'll get the results, and you'll get the cultural growth and the cultural health that you're looking for.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you like what you heard and you were inspired by it, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.